I don't know if any other person will still be joining. So my name is Gideon. Uh, I'm from Nigeria. You all know Nigeria, right?
Um, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nigeria is from West Africa. So and
Yeah.
I also stay here. So currently I'm in Nigeria currently. So and that's where I've been, where I am transmitting from. That's where I'm transmitting from. Sorry. I may have to go drop this. So it's so nice to meet all of you, and I'll be the one taking you Python throughout this program. I work as a data engineer, and before now, I used to work as a data scientist. You can make some research on what they do, but mostly what we do is we program a lot, and we did a lot of stuffs. So my aim for this program is that I would lay some very good foundation for you guys, something you can further go ahead to, further on, and maybe once you learn the fundamentals, something you can build on and by yourself choose what field you want to go into later on in the future, or not even in the future, like maybe after the program, because there are a lot of things there are a lot of fields you can venture into with Python, like knowing Python. So at the end of this program, you're able to decide on which way you want to go. So that's my aim, and I also try to make our sessions very interactive. So maybe along the line in the fourth week, we'll be building a game, like the bounce game. So I believe you anticipate for that. But for the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be laying the fundamentals. We'll be talking about the important things that you need to know that will help you generally, like that will even help you to, building whatever you want to build. So that is it. I think we can also, let me get to know you. So please unmute yourself and let me start with Ava. So you're the first one appearing on my screen here, so that's why I'm calling you.
Okay, so one thing about me is that I'm like really energetic a bit, and and also I don't really know how many things I should describe about myself. Hmm.
Uh, okay. I think that's
Uh, Professor, Eva is a little shy. She's very, very smart. She's excellent playing piano.
oh
She's
wow.
very quiet. She's very quiet, but very bright. Okay, that's what I can say about her.
Wow, that's awesome. I play keyboard. I mean, I play piano. I'm not that good theoretically, but I have a bit of understanding. I have a keyboard here. I don't know if it's not going to show. So I mean, I'm someone you can relate with musically as well. That's one of the things I do on the side. So thank you. I think Joano, right? Is it Johanno or
Yes.
Joanno? Sorry. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Let me just
Okay.
call you Coca. Okay.
Um, Something about me is um, I'm 16 and I'm gonna be a junior this year.
You're gonna be what?
A junior in high school.
Oh, okay.
Wow, great.
That's congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
So okay, I think I should also ask this. What do you kind of intend to study probably in college? Or like what do you want to do? Maybe something like your ambition or something like that.
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure. Okay. I think I used to be like that. But it's all right. Trust me. We'll get to like figure it out later. So that was good. Janelle,
And
okay, sir.
John is quiet, but very, very smart. I know them all. They are all very, very smart, but very quiet. So that's John knows.
Okay. Okay. Then Janelle, Is it Jan? Yeah, Janelle.
No, it's Shaknel.
Chanel. Okay. Sorry, please.
No,
I
Shaknel.
just try
That's
and
okay.
cope with my accent and my pronunciation. Okay.
That's okay. So my name is Shaknel. I'm 16 and I want to be a surgeon, so I want to be a surgeon.
You want to what? Sorry.
I want to be a surgeon.
Sojourn. Oh, okay.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, programming is
Yeah.
not limited to tech alone. Like, trust me, everybody it should be something, it should be something every field. Everybody should know actually, not just like people, the so-called developers alone. Everybody in every field should know how to program. It should be like a general knowledge. So it will be very helpful for you as well. Uh,
Yeah.
we have
Jack Nell also is very smart and she does a lot of things, very good in math, excellent in math, I would say. And she helped me a lot at church with the um photography. So that's all about. She's quite awesome. Okay,
that's
that's
cool.
about her. That's cool.
Thomas Essien.
For Thomas and the iPhone, Thomas is there's two of them, Papa and the brother, and the other one iPhone is also I don't know, but ask them, they will introduce themselves.
So maybe during the next class you can just try and name your like rename your what's it called, your username. Like try and put your
Yeah,
name. Make sure your
the
name is
And
parent are trying to set them up. The parents are trying to set them up because of the different
take
gadget
that
they
from
have.
me.
You
But
think what?
by next,
I
yeah.
think I might because it's since it's Zoom. It
So
will
we will
do.
help them this
Okay,
time.
so let me see. Let me see something. Yeah, hold on.
okay, all right. So Thomas, can you introduce yourself like shortly?
Yeah, my name is Papa, and um, what I want to do, like I don't really know, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Trust me, I mean it's normal. I was also like that. And maybe another day I will share with you how I got to start with programming, with being a data engineer. So it
Okay.
wasn't like a very straight away thing like that. But I mean that's cool.
So
But trust me,
Papa
whatever
also,
you okay, sir.
Papa also, Papa also is very quiet, but very smart. In general, all the kids that are here today, they are very smart. I can tell you. I know them. Yes, now they are very smart, and they will make you very successful. They will make this successful for themselves, and they'll make you happy.
That's good. Good to have everyone here. And there's someone else with the username iPhone. You can unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please.
Yes, this is Fabrice, and I'm trying to sign my kids in. So give me
Oh,
1 second. They're joining through the computer now. So
all right, sir.
try. So once I do it, they will introduce themselves. Okay.
All right, sir.
Give me like 2 minutes. You'll be ready. Sorry for the delay.
I know it's all right. It's all right. And also, don't be shy. You can turn on if where you are is like if you're comfortable over there, you can share your camera. Let me see your faces. So, all right. So while we're waiting for the last person to introduce himself, um, can someone tell me what applications have you been using? I mean, this is like a very simple thing, but like what software or applications have you been using before now? Eva, can you like the software, different softwares that you've been using? Or do you even understand what software is? What are the meaning of software?
No, not really.
Are you
Really?
trying to be humble?
Yeah, I'm trying to be humble.
Okay, like you don't understand what a software is?
No,
Okay.
no.
Anybody else want to help? Oh, okay, we're having more people joining. All right. So while we're waiting for this to set up properly, so software is basically the part of your computer that are not physical to you. That's like the very layman definition. But I mean, you are able to join this call using a software, using an
Oh,
application, which is the Zoom.
okay,
The
got
Zoom
it.
we're able to, use to join this call. It's a software, and it was, developed using a programming language. Same thing with
Okay.
I believe you all have. I mean, you're all on. You're using social media, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, Instagram, and the likes, and TikTok. Yeah, I think that's the new. So all those are what we call softwares, like applications. The part of your computer, the part of your computer that are not physical to you. The ones that are physical to you are called hardware. They are the keyboard, your mouse, and the likes. Those are the hardwares. And we have the software. So those softwares are like the hidden things that are run on your computer. And what you're here to learn in this program is going to, like I said the other time, create a very solid foundation on how you can also get to build something like this, or even more sophisticated things. Python is not limited. I mean, when we get started, you see, there are a lot of things you can do with Python specifically, and it is the hottest guy in town, like the hottest programming language in town now. Very popular, very high in demand. They use it in every area of life, trust me. Yeah. So, Manu and Josiah, welcome. Can you unmute yourself, or maybe you turn on your camera and introduce yourself? I want to be sure you're with us.
Josh and Manu.
Okay. While I'm waiting for them to set up, I would like to take like a minute, please. A minute off. I just want to like put the dog in the sitting room, then I'll be back. All right.
While we are waiting for Manu and Josh, Josiah. Okay. Anyone has an idea what they wanna if they intend to build any application. When I say application, like gaming, especially the boys that play games. Um, do you know how the game come up? I know is it Manu or Josh? Boys, I know you know how to you play a lot of games at home. Do you know how they build those games? Meet yourself and can interact. Do you know how the games are built?
Yeah, I'm back. So,
Okay, I'm gonna log off. I'm trying to log off, so I'll let you
okay.
guys continue. Okay,
All right, sir. All right.
okay. I'm not
So,
able to log off. That's my problem here.
all right.
Uh,
And you can just please don't try to end the whole meeting. I think you also have the host permission. So,
yeah. Let me check something. I'm trying, but it's not working for me anymore.
so for those just joining us, my name is Gideon. Once again, I'm from, okay, I think they left. Some people left the call. Okay. So for Mano and Josiah, my name is Gideon. I'm from Nigeria. And yeah, currently I'm transmitting from Nigeria. So, do you have any expectation for this class? Maybe you've, gone online, read about some things and things you hope to learn from this session. Anybody? Or at the end of this program, what do you think you want to be able to achieve? Everybody must talk. Let me do that. Everybody must talk.
Uh, I want to learn. I want to learn how to do Python. Like, have no idea how to create software, anything about IT, something like that. Like, I want to know more about it. I learn.
Okay. Okay. Someone else. Who just talked now?
Me.
Janelle. Okay, okay. Eva, what's your expectation?
What was the question again, sir? I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Okay. I said, like, what do you hope to take away from this program generally? Like, what you hope to learn from this
I
program?
just want, I just want to learn how to oh, anything I would like to learn it, honestly.
Okay, all right. Uh, Ju Juano or Coca? Let me just call you Coca. Yeah,
Um, I just want to learn some like basics in coding.
this is encoding. Okay, okay. And Cien, Thomas.
Uh, Yeah, I like to learn like just the whole language of coding or Python because it'll definitely broaden my range, in school and studies.
Okay, all right. And who else haven't I called? Josiah, are you here with us?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So what do you hope to learn or to take away from this program at the end of the day?
So I would like to learn like maybe like how to like create like a basic like coding thing, just like to learn the basics and stuff.
After that, let Manu introduce herself, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Let me share my screen. Can you
Manu,
all
can you
see
talk?
my screen?
I would also like to learn
You got a
anything.
minute to speak up.
I would like to learn anything that comes from like this program.
All right. All right. That's our cooker, right? All right. So I can assure you before the end of this program, I would work with you to make sure you all achieve your goals and aims. And even outside the program, if you need I mean, if you're looking for some mentorship or maybe guidance or anything, you can always reach me through Pastor Wilfred. So I mean, it's my goal and it's going to be my joy to see all of you at the end of the day, making use of these things and even going beyond whatever I know. That's going to be my joy. And I'll do my own best to make sure I, pass on the necessary things to you guys. And also, I think I should make this clear. When I give you exercises, I know there are a lot of AIs out there now. Please don't use AI. Please. That's the best way you can learn. Don't use AI, even if you don't, I mean, make your research, but don't let AI give you the solution. You can use it as a means of, as a means of research to probably learn some more things, but don't let it give you the solution itself. That's how you get to learn. And and if you even use AI, I will try and I will know. So please don't I mean, let's maintain that. So for today's class, we'll be talking about programming. I already asked some of you about what you know about software, and I think I already explained what software is. So we're talking about programming, that is the process of creating those softwares. And I'll also be introducing you to Python, showing you how Python works, and you'll be writing your first program. So, I mean, we'll be doing a lot of demonstration today. So, and at the end of the day, I will give you like an exercise. So try and listen, please. You all demonstrate. I mean, you will share your screen. I will ask each and every one of you to share your screen and show me your solution. So make sure you pay attention to everything we're doing. What's a computer program? It is basically is someone okay.
Then you can mute.
The name appearing is Samsung, but then I welcome you.
Yes, that's my daughter. She's gonna introduce herself real quick.
Okay.
You did already?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did? Maybe I wasn't there. But then it's cool. Still have more sessions, so we'll get to know each other well. Let me. Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, a computer program is a set of instructions that causes a computer to perform some kind of action.
Okay, so now you can see.
Let me. So right now, I believe now, since you're not programming, you can program. I believe the way you're controlling your computer is to, barely, navigate your mouse, try to click and left click and right click, right? Yeah. So that's that's one way to, send instructions, ask your computer to do things for you by right clicking. And even by right clicking and by left clicking, at the end of the day, it is those right clicking, those actions you're taking are sending some unique commands to the computer. So a computer program is a set of instructions. Please try and understand, know that set of instructions that you give to your computer to do certain or some kind of actions. And even when you install like this Zoom, for instance, as a Zoom, this Zoom is a software which includes a lot of collections of programs, collections of instructions. The Zoom software is made up of collections of instructions. And that is why when those instructions all get executed, that is when you have the different functionalities of Zoom that you're able to use and that we're able to come on call and you see my camera is on and all. It's a lot of instructions that has been packaged as Zoom and installed on your system that is causing all these things to happen. So a program is a set of instructions that you give to your computer, and collection of those programs, those instructions, is what made up a software. Any question? Any doubts? Please ask questions. Like I said, don't just see it as a teacher-student relation, like see me as your brother. Ask me the silliest question anyway. There's no stupid question. Ask me anything. Don't be shy. There's no bad question. There's no good. There's good question, but then there's no bad question. So every question is good. Should I continue from here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So when we said a computer program is a set of instructions that you give to what's it called, the computer to do certain things for you. That now begs for what's it called, another thing, which you all agree with me. If we say we are given a set of instructions we are given to the computer, there must be a language in which we are sending that. If I'm giving you like an instruction now, I'll definitely be telling you in a language. Even when I'm using, when I'm doing signs and all these things, it's still like a language. They call it sign language. So whatever way I want to like communicate with you, it should be through like a medium. So in this way, there's something called a programming language. And that programming language is the particular way that you talk to your computer, that you give the instruction to your computer. When you click, that's one way. You are using the mouse, how do you call it? You are like actually interacting with the computer. You're giving instruction to the computer through clicking of mouse. But what you want to learn here is even another language another method of communication with your computer that allows you many freedom. The mouse is restricted to you just, scrolling, right clicking and left clicking. You can't do any other thing aside from that. But with programming, if you know your programming to an extent, you can right click, left click, create application on your system, do anything. If you know how to program, it's a superpower on its own. Like I consider it a superpower because right now I can develop anything I want to develop. Trust me. If I want to develop anything, so far though right now, I'm kind of an adult already. So sometimes money kind of motivates me to do more. But then aside from that, while I was in school, I could do a lot of things. I could do robots. I was doing robotics. If I share my portfolio with, I used to do embedded systems. Like I used to program robots. I don't know if you've heard of Arduino. Yeah, so I used to program them, do a lot of things. I used to build websites. I A lot of things. Like it's like a superpower with just Python alone. With Python, you can do a lot of things. We'll talk about that. So programming is like the particular way you talk to your computer. And examples of the programming language that we have, examples of them are Python, which is like the main focus of this program. And we have some other ones that are called, we have Fortran Basic. These ones, like, I think most of our fathers will know most of this. Fortran is some applications still run on Fortran, but this particular one, Fortran and Basic, let me say they are obsolete now. Like they are no longer trending. But the trending boy, like we call it, the trending programming language now is Python, which is the focus of our program. And we have other ones like Java, which is also like trending. It's still very much active and in demand. And we have a lot of them. We have C#, we have C++, a whole lot of them, JavaScript, a whole lot of program, Ruby, many programming languages. We have R. There's a programming language called R as well, letter R. Yeah. So we have a lot of them like that. So, and we use all of them most of the time, most of them, they do the same thing. Like what you can do with Python, you can do with Java. But the ease of, the choice why people prefer one to another is most of them have their strengths and their weaknesses. So, but then Python is considered the easiest programming language. Python is considered the easiest programming language that you can, and it's used in the wide range of, like in the wider field. You use it in every field, almost every field right now. Anything you can think of, gaming development, artificial intelligence, network, anything, just even in what's it called? In medicine and surgery, they use Python research. Most of the research that they do, all these if you go to hospitals now, there are sophisticated machines that they use now. Internally, they use Python to program most of their functions. So any field you want to go, if you're going to be even if you're going to be a musician, there are ways Python can be applied there. How is Spotify able to know that you like a music and is able to recommend certain music to you? Is because there's a program that I know, and I'm very sure that I've also built in the past, that is built with Python, which is called a recommender system, that does the whole recognizing that, okay, you like this music, then you should like another one. It's all built with Python. So that is that takes us to, I'm already explaining Python, right? So Python is a programming language that helps us to talk to computers. And it was named after one very funny show in the Great Britain then. It's not because it's not named after the Python snake. It is named after a show, like a TV show in England. So that's how they came about the name. And like I said, you can use it to do a wide range of things. Like a wide range of things. And why should you learn Python? I think I've been saying this already. I consider it the easiest programming language that you can learn. It is the easiest and the most friendly, beginner friendly. Anybody can learn it. The syntax, that is the way the commands are very simple to write. Sometimes in some other programming languages, you may have to write like 120 commands to do just one thing. But with Python, you can write just one command to do just a thing. So when we write our first program, you see what I'm saying. And it is used in many big companies. I believe you all know most of the logos I have here. YouTube, most of their systems are built with Python. The larger percent of their system, they heavily work with Python. Google generally. Google uses Python a lot. So if you're hoping to work with Google, trust me, you're on the right track by learning Python. And also NASA. Uh, as any, I mean, do you all know about NASA? You can
Yes.
unmute yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
what did they do, Eva? What does
NASA, they, oh,
co-
sorry.
come again? I said, what does NASA do?
NASA, they are space people who go to space. They work in space for stuff.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's like the agency that deals with space exploration in the
Okay.
United States, and not just for United States, they have affiliation with some other agencies outside the United States. So if you're hoping to, go to Mars later on in the future, or you want to build something that will help people to go to Mars, you want to work with Elon Musk, yeah, trust me, Python is NASA also they use it a lot for research, for AI, for they use it a lot. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is Python is used in every field for a wider range of things, Instagram, anywhere. So if you know Python very well, trust me, even aside being a surgeon, you can still make money on the side with building stuff for other companies or doing other things. And it's something you enjoy doing. It's something you enjoy doing. So you can also build games. If what you want is to be able to build games, it works well with games and desktop app. You want to build website, Python is capable for everything. So I think we can go on. If there's no question, any questions so far, please, before we go on to install Python. Any question? If you have any doubts, ask now before we go on. Okay. So at this point we'll start with demo. So if it's possible I mean, it's not if it's possible now. Everybody should follow along and be able to do the same thing. So I'll give us time to copy what I'm doing or to also practice what I'm doing. So if you need to use Python, you have to install it. If you're using Mac, Python comes by default with Apple systems, but the Python that comes with Apple systems is not the updated Python. It's not the updated. We have two variations of Python. We have Python, the 2-point series, and we have the 3-point series. So the 3-point series is what you should be working with. The 2-point series is used by old people, by the very old people. So now there's a new variation of Python called the Python 3 model. So that's anything, if you're installing any Python, it should be Python 3 points, any number. You just make sure it is 3 points. And to download it, you can go to this website. I already have it installed. So, but I'll have to stop sharing and share all my screen. So it permits me to share all my screen. All right. So I said, if you need to work with Python for your computer to understand your Python commands, you need to install Python on your system. And that's how in Google and everywhere, that's how they do it. You have to install Python on any machine you are working with if it is not already installed. And to check if Python, let's first do something. To check if Python is already on your system, if you're using Windows, search for IDLE. If you're using Windows, search for, or even Mac, search for IDLE. If it shows up, if you have something like, I believe you can all see my screen, right? If you have something like this, IDLE, then in bracket Python 3.11 or something as an application, let me know. If you have that on your system, let me know, please. Or if you don't have it on your system, you can also talk. Let me know if you don't have it already. Eva,
Yes, sir.
do you have it on your system?
You mean idle?
It is not idle. Don't call it idle. I know it spells
Oh,
like I do, but it's IDLE. Just pronounce it out. Call out the letters. IDLE.
IDLE.
IDLE. Do you have it on your system? And
Let me.
Thomas, Josiah,
No, I don't have it on my system.
you don't have it. Oh,
I
okay.
don't have it yet.
Okay, all right. So since you don't have it, the way to install Python, it's general, is go to your browser, open a browser, and you can use any browser. I like to use Google Chrome. So go there, then you can just search for Python download. Search for Python download. And the very first option that you see here is the official Python page. So you click on download Python. And you always see the latest version will always show. That is currently the latest version is 3.13.5. But then remember what I said, the version doesn't really matter in this case. So far it starts with 3. If your Python version starts with 2, don't download it. That's the obsolete version. It's no longer in use. But your Python version must start with 3. It could be 3.0 point something, 3 point. So, but then it's always good to download the latest version. So you can download it, you click on it, and like an executable file will install for you. Are you doing that? Okay, let me also download and just demonstrate it for you. So you download Python 3.13.5. You see it is that if you're looking at my cursor here, see it is downloading. You wait for some seconds. And once it's done downloading, you can go to your file explorer. That is your download folder on your system. You can go there, or you can just click on the file itself. After you've downloaded, you double click on the file or just click on it, and you see this. We call this wizard Python installation wizard. So that's the name we call it. It's just wizard wizard in programming or in tech. In programming is, or not even in programming, in the computer sense, it's like a step-by-step guide on how to do something. That's what we call wizard. So this is like the installation wizard. That is the step-by-step guide on how to install Python. Once you downloaded the executable file, hold on, please. I believe everybody is using Windows. Or is there anybody here using Mac? Using an Apple system? Anybody using Apple system?
No.
Okay. So because if you're using Apple system, I think the wizard will be different, will be a bit different. But then it still follows the same way. Download the Python executable and run it on your system. When you run it, something like this will show up. So from the slide, I made mention of a point. Yeah, I said you must add to path. We use Python. You must use Python 3 and you must add to path. So what I mean by add to path is when you are installing, make sure you check this box here, add Python exe to path. This is how you let your computer itself, your local machine, your computer to know that this is where you can look for Python on the system. So it is very important that you check this. And after you've checked this, you click on install now. You click on install now, then you wait for some seconds for it to be done installing. And after that, I think you see something like finish. So let me know if you've done that and if it's successful, please. I already have it installed, so that's why I'm not having to go through this again. But after you've checked this box, it's very important. After you check it, you click it, then you click on install now. And after the thing is done loading, you have Python installed on your system. And that's all you need to do. Get started with developing whatever you want to develop. So let me know if you encounter any issue or if you've done it successfully.
I did it. It says set up was system. Continue.
I'm done.
Yeah, I've completed it.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So I
Yes,
noticed
yes.
someone also joined Ashira, Coca. Like, have you also gotten to this point?
Yes, I was able to download it.
Okay, awesome. So that means you all have Python installed on your system. That's just how to install Python. Very simple. So what you've just installed now is what we'll call the Python interpreter. Yeah, interpreter. Basically, what interprets the Python command, the Python syntax to your system. At the end of the day, your computer is an electronic machine. So what it understands is, some zeros and ones. You must have been told in school, like binaries and the likes. And even behind the binary, what control your system is the electric current. So at the end of the day, all this command, all this English you're clicking and everything is being transferred into the computer. It's been, how do I put it? It's been communicated to the computer using electric current. Using electric current. Basically, you're just trying to control electric flow on your computer. That is how the whole system works. But there, I said when you install Python, you install the interpreter. So it is the interpreter that when you write Python, you write English word. That's one of the reasons why Python is very simple. And it is also considered a high-level programming language. We have a lot of programming languages that belongs to this group called high-level programming language. The reason why they call them high-level programming language is because you program them in human-readable language. When we start writing Python command now, you will see that it's pure English, like English words, pure English words. It's not German, it's not any African language, it's just English word. So it is considered an high-level language because it is very close. You write human-readable language that the computer now, the Python interpreter interprets to your computer. So by installing Python, you are installing the interpreter. And alongside with the interpreter, you have this IDLE shell, which is a basic code editor. We said when you are writing when you are programming in Python, it's something as you are sending some instructions to your computer to do certain tasks. But there should be if you're going to be sending those command or sending those instructions, there should be a place where you'll be writing the instructions, right? So this IDLE shell we call them where you write your commands, we call them code editors. Code editors. Sometimes we also call them IDE, Integrated Development Environment. IDE, IDLE, code editors, you can consider them the same thing. So when you install Python, a basic code editor called IDLE shell, what you can see here. So I believe in your own case, it will be IDLE shell 3 points, then the version we downloaded. That should be 3.13.5. Yeah. So this is like where you write your code. This is where you write your code. Let's go back to, let me go back to sharing the presentation now that we're done. But any question before we move on? Any question? So once you have the IDLE installed on your system, that's a proof that Python, that's one of the ways you can prove that Python has been installed on your system. Any question?
I have a question.
Okay, please ask.
Why do we need a code editor again?
That is where you write your commands. The set of instructions that you want to give to your computer, that is where you write them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that is where you write them. So any other question? Remember, there's no stupid question. There's no bad question. Ask anything. So now that we have, sorry, I said when you install Python, you're installing the interpreter, that is, that interprets your Python syntax, your Python language to your system and do whatever the command says it should do. And you also have this basic editor, that is the IDLE that comes with it, which is where you write your command for your system to, take it from there. And some other things comes with Python installation, but the main thing is you have your Python interpreter and you have the code editor installed. Then let's go on to write our first program. So we said programming is giving your computer a set of instructions, right? And when you now say you want to program in Python, I said we have so many programming languages, right? But there are some distinctions to them. The same way we have so many languages in the world. We have English language, we have French, we have German, we have a whole lot of languages. You all agree with me that the way we write each of them is different. You all agree with me, right? English word, most of the time, English word is not relevant in the French, what was it called? In the French, how do I pronounce it? In the French word, let me put it that way. Program has a meaning in English, but in French, maybe it is being called something else, but it doesn't have a meaning in French. So same thing in the computer world. I said another type of programming language is Java, right? The way you write, same word in Python will definitely have, another way it is being written in another programming language. So what we call those kind of differences is syntax. We call them syntactic rule. Syntax is basically how you come about, what is it called? I don't want to go into English, like into grammar now. But when we talk about syntax, it's basically the rule of writing commands in a particular programming language. That is what we call syntax. Let me try and write it out in case there's something I can use to. I'm looking for. Okay, so this is the spelling. SYNTAX. Then X. Do you get the spelling? SYNTAX, syntax. So it is like the rule that guides the way you write commands in a programming language. So one of the words that is relevant and that is understood by Python is we call it print. And I'll show you how that works. I'm coming. So this is what I'm trying to return this. Okay. It's coming. Sorry, my distance is so messed up. Let me share my IDLE screen for you. Okay, I think I'll have to share on my screen. Okay. Right. So first of all, before we write our first program, let me explain what you have in the IDLE. So this IDLE shell, it is called the Python shell. It is called the Python shell. We call it the Python shell. So, and the way you identify in a Python shell, there are different ways you can, send your commands and everything. But look at this 3 greater than sign that you have here. When you open your IDLE, your Python shell, you always see something like this. There's another way you can open your Python shell. This, kind of environment. Then maybe after in the 3rd week, I will show you how to do that. But your Python shell, basically, what we call the Python shell, always has something like this. 3 greater than sign. And we call that 3 greater than sign, we call them prompts. We call them prompts. Prompts. You see the spelling, right? Yeah, so we call the 3 greater than signs. The 3, I'm just trying to type this out for you. It's not like a command or anything. The 3 greater than signs, that is called, I think it's called prompts. So we'll call it prompts. And by prompt, it means that when you see those 3 triangles, 3 greater than signs like that, it means it is expecting you to put a command, a Python command. That is what it is asking you, like prompt. We know when they in English, when they say when you are prompted to do something, more like something is expected of you. It's like a request is being made to you. So we call it prompt because something is also being expected from you. It's expecting that, okay, if you want to write a command, I'm ready to take it. So, and one of the Python commands, one of the words in Python is the print. I said we have the print keyword. Print is a command in Python. That is a relevant word in Python. So let's first try this. Let me welcome you all. Let me do this. Print. You can also, do this. I welcome you all to the first Python class. If you have any question, ask me. I'm expecting a question, but let me see how curious you can be. Or if you're able to do this, let me know. If you're able to type this also, let me know. So maybe by next class, by next class, or maybe in the 3rd week, you will understand all these things better. But then I'll still explain some things to you now. But in Python, there's a reason why we have these quotes here, these double quotes. There's a reason why we have it there. There's a reason why we have it there. There's a reason why we have these parentheses, this closing and opening parentheses. There's a reason why we have all of them. And these are what I call the fundamentals of Python, things you should know that will help you to, later on. Right now, we're just, you start from the very, you start small. All these Zoom, Facebook that they built, it all started from one single command. Like it all started from a line of code before they went on to build but those like Facebook now, they have million lines of code, millions, even billions. But it all started like this. So this is the fundamental that you need to learn to, to be able to build all those very big, sophisticated tools. So if you're able to do this now and you run it, congratulations, you've run your first Python code. So now to explain what we've just done, I said print is a keyword in Python, or is a, when I talk about keyword in Python, keyword are basically words that words that have important meaning in a language. Special words, yeah, let me call them that. Special keywords. Keywords, we call them keywords. In any programming language, if they tell you keywords, keyword or keywords, it can be plural or singular. So if you hear anybody talk about, say, a keyword for a particular language, they're basically saying words that has, or commands that has special meaning in the context of that programming language. So when I talk about keywords in Python, they are words, English words, or English characters that you cannot just use anyhow, that are commands to Python. So print is one of them. If you use print in Python, it has a special meaning. And the meaning is that it should print out whatever message you pass into it. That is what we are doing. Let me show you the explanation from the slide. So what we just did, we used a function called print. Let me not call it function. Let me call it keyword. We use a keyword called print. Keyword in the sense that it has a special meaning in Python. And it is called print. And what it does is, also another thing we did was we pass in a message. The message that we pass in is this: I welcome you all to the first Python class. With all these quotes, everything here from this, from the beginning, I mean, this opening quotes, everything I highlighted here, these are the message that we pass to that keyword. Yeah, everything here, these are the message. This is the message. We send a single message. And how do we know that it's a single message? You look at where you have the beginning, this double quotes till the end of this. This is the beginning of the message. To begin every message, you have to put it in quotes. Just take it as that for now. To begin for every message, you have to put it in quotes. Now, we are saying, we are passing just a message into this keyword, which is, I welcome you all to the to the first Python class. That's another thing we've done. We pass it a string. The message is also called a string. You can call it a string or a message. They are the same thing. Later on, you'll get clarity on them. And lastly, the computer printed the message. So the print keyword in Python, like I said, serves a function, serves a purpose. And it is used to print out any message you pass into it. So print is a keyword in Python. It's a command in Python that prints out or outputs whatever message you put into it. And the way you put the message into it is anything, but then make sure it has this, it has a quote in the beginning and it has a quote in the ending. I believe you asked that what is the parenthesis doing? Most of the time, so the parenthesis is also like a way you write, is one of the ways one of the ways, the rules in Python of the rules of commanding Python, of writing Python commands. So there's something we call functions. And you can just see function as a block of code, or no, don't let me go, don't let me break it down to that level. With functions in programming generally, not just in Python, in any programming language, functions are, let me say keyword, let me call them keywords. That is, they have special meaning in Python. But then they are keywords that does a specific task. Let me say it again. Functions, one of the properties of what we call functions in programming is their name. The name of those functions is always unique. It always has a special meaning in Python. That's one thing. And it serves a specific purpose, not multiple purposes, just one purpose. Most of the time, a function, even it's not like there's one rule we say in Python that when you're writing your functions, it must serve just one purpose. So when we talk about functions in programming generally, they always serve one purpose. And the sole purpose of the print function, this print, is a keyword it has a special meaning in Python. And it's also a function because it serves a specific purpose. It is used to do a particular command. So the purpose of this one is to output any message you put into it, is to output it out, is to print it out for you, just like we have it here now, you see. The command we wrote was print, I welcome you all to the first Python class. And you see what it outputs to us. I welcome you all to the first Python class. Mind you, note that the quotes are no longer there. So maybe in the third class, you know why the quote is no longer coming. But just know that right now, when you put a message inside a print statement, it will return the, what was it called? It will return the message to you. So why is the parenthesis there? For every function, the way you identify a function, I said print is a keyword and also a function, but there are many keywords and not all functions are keywords. Let me take it that way. Let me say that not all functions are keywords. Okay, not all functions are keywords. So the way you recognize a function in Python is after the name of that function, which sometimes may be a keyword. It's always followed by, we call this parenthesis, but maybe it to be a bracket. It's always followed by this bracket here, and you always end it with a bracket. So it is inside that bracket that you put your message. So the way you use the print command, is after you've written the print command itself, the word itself, there should be a bracket, opening bracket like this. Whatever you want to print out should be inside that bracket, and you must close the bracket. Any questions so far, please? I don't know if I've anything confusing, any doubts. You can unmute yourself, please. Are you clear up to this point?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry. I'll take it again. Don't worry. Anyone else? Don't be shy, please. If you don't understand anything, say it. It is my duty to make sure you understand. Anybody else? Ashira, Janelle, Essien, Josiah. Who else?
Yeah, I understand it quite fine.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So for the sake of those okay, somebody wanted to talk.
No, I
Janelle,
say I'm good.
you're good. Oh, okay. So Jano, let me come back. I mean, it's good. Trust me. It wasn't easy when I was also learning this. It wasn't like I couldn't get it just at the time like that. But believe me, you will know it. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. So what I said, one of the commands, remember I talk about program. I said program is a way of instructing the computer, no, not even a way. A program is a set of instructions you give to your computer. And to do that, we need a programming language, which is where Python comes in. And if you call Python a programming language, which is how you send an instruction to a computer, there should be rules to that language, just like in English. There are rules to how you form sentences in English, right? You cannot say I were. No, I think it's even I was even like maybe it still goes, but you cannot say hi ha. What I'm saying is you cannot. This is not correct in English. I ha going there. It doesn't make sense in English. Instead, it should be I am going there, right? This is the rule to English language. Same thing when you are programming in Python. When you are sending instructions in Python, there are rules that you need to follow. There are rules that you need to follow. And that is what I've been trying to demystify here. So, as part of, when I said you'll be learning the fundamentals of Python, it is those rules that you'll be learning, basically. So this is just one rule that one of the rules that I'm trying to explain, and I'll go ahead to explain it again. So we said we have a programming language, which is how you how you send instructions to the computer. And for every programming language, for every language, there should be rules guiding that language. That means there are words that are allowed and there are words that are not allowed as command. If I tell you something now, if I said, "Ṣé ẹ ti jẹun," I believe nobody on this call will understand what I just said. It's peculiar to just my language. I'm a Yoruba. So it's anybody that understands Yoruba will understand what I'm saying. But in the because this class is an English class, like we speak English in this class. So the word what I just said now is not relevant It's not relevant to the English class. Same thing in Python. There are some things that if you say it to Python, nothing will happen. Python will not take it as anything. But there are things, but if I tell you now that, same thing I said in Yoruba, if I now say it in English that, have you all eaten? That was just what I said by Shey Etijan. It's in English, it means, have you all eaten? You all understand what I'm saying now. It makes sense to you because it follows the English rule. I'm using the English words and I'm following the ways of saying it in English. I've said it correctly in English. So it makes sense to you. Same thing in Python. There are commands, there are things that are relevant in Python that when you tell to Python, Python understands. But if you say, and those are the things that you'll be learning, along the line of this course. But there are some other things that if you say to Python, it won't do anything. In Python now, there's nothing like let me say frame. If I do this now, it will raise an error for me. You see? Name error. Name frame is not defined. Basically just telling me that Python is telling me that I don't understand this thing that you said. So frame doesn't have a meaning, doesn't have a special meaning. It is not a keyword. Please note this thing. Frame raise an error because it is not a keyword. And by keyword, I mean it is not a special command. It is not a special word in Python. That is why we have the error. But the this word has a special meaning in Python. It is called, and because of that, because it has a special meaning in Python, it is a keyword. Keywords are words that have special meaning in Python. Understand them for that. So when I say keyword, know what it means. Keyword, that means there are words that have special meaning in Python. Now, this print I said is a keyword. It has special meaning in Python. Just take it as that. Now I'm calling this print a function also. And functions in Python, take it now. Functions in Python are commands or we call them a reusable piece of code. But because I've not shown you that part now, just see it as they are commands in Python that does a specific task. This command, it's a code behind the scene. I can show you where the code has been written. When you install Python, this thing comes with it. This particular command was written as part of your executable file. So there's a very big code that has been written behind the scene when you install Python. That is why Python is able to understand this command. So I said this print is a function because it does it's a command that is known for a specific purpose. And that purpose is whatever message, you give it a message. And whatever message you give to it is going to print it out for you. That is going to show you, output it back to you. Let me say it that way. And now, in this one, I'm giving it a message saying, hello world. And the way you run it, when you're using Python shell like this, when you have a prompt like this, you press enter for the code to run. So, for the interpreter to interpret it, you have to press enter. So you press enter on your keyboard and you see, I said this print, the main thing, the only thing it does is to output whatever message you give to it, to output it back to you, to print it out to you. Printing, not like it's going to print it on a paper or anything. Printing in programming word is, to output it back to you. I think that's another word we can use. So that's the work of this particular command in Python, this print. I'm saying output hello world to me. And that is why you see hello world coming like this. I said it is called a function. It is also called a function because it serves a specific purpose, which is to, okay, before I go on like that, do you understand up to this point? Eva, do you understand up to this point?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Trust me, you get to understand it along the line, but let me still continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said it's called a function. And how do you now identify functions generally in Python? How do you understand what we call functions in Python? the way you identify them is after you've written the command, they are always followed by open bracket like this. That is, let me do this. I want to tell Python, okay. So I want to tell Python to print out your name, for instance. I want to print out your name. Then you remember I've been saying it times, since I started this now, that the command in Python that does that for you, that print out something for you, is the print command. You have to always remember that. Print is the command in Python that will print out something for you, that will output something for you. So now I want to print out your name. That's one task that I want to do now. So the way you generally program is, you remember, okay, there's this function that I was told that is used to, there's this command that does that, and it is called print. And it is a function because after you've written that command, you have to put a opening bracket like this, and also a closing bracket like this. That's how Python knows it is a file. That's how you identify a function. And inside the open and close parentheses is where you put the message that you want to print out. In this case now, Eva, I'm putting Eva Bio. I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right. So I'm telling it now to print out your name. And if I press enter, you see, it prints out my name. So the way you identify function is that after the name, it is always followed by open and it's always followed by open and close bracket like this. It is now inside that open and this is like how you identify them. That's like the format or how you identify a function. And it is now inside that bracket that you put whatever message you want. So I think I've tried to explain like 2 things or 3 things now. I've explained what a keyword is and what a function is in Python. Keywords are words in Python that have special meaning. That is just, so every command in Python is a keyword. Keywords are words in Python that have special meaning. And I said every command in Python is a keyword. Now I'm talking about another definition now called functions. So what are functions? Functions are commands. Functions are commands. Yeah, they are commands in Python. But they have specific purpose. They have just a single purpose. So this print, for instance, is a command that is a keyword and also a function. It has a function. It is a function because it does a specific purpose. And I also said the way you identify the functions in Python, we have many functions in Python, and the way you identify them is that after you've written the word, after you've written that word, that keyword, it is always followed by open and close brackets. And now, whatever input you want to give to that function, whatever message you want to give to that function, you put it inside that parenthesis. In this case, the message I want to pass into print is, let me pass my name this time around. I'm giving the message Gideon to the print function. And you already know what print does. It will output whatever you give to it. So if I run it now, it's going to give me what I gave to it. It's going to output or print out what I gave as message to it. That is that about it. Is it a bit clearer? Eva?
Yes, sir, Rose.
Don't be shy. Is it clearer a bit? Not, if not totally, but do you still do you get some point there?
Yes, sir. Just a little confused, but overall, I think I got it.
Okay, don't worry. You get it. Don't worry. You get it.
Okay.
So yeah. But one thing, but one thing is, if you're very, very curious, I think it would have been bothering you that, okay, if we want to build something like Zoom, like I said, the Zoom application or software that you use to join this call now, if you want to build it, all these small commands all these small commands or writing just your code here like this is not, because if I close this now, let me close IDLE. If I close IDLE now, if I close it now and I open it again, you can see my full screen, right?
Sir,
Can you
Yeah.
see my screen, everything?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So if I open my IDLE again now, the command I wrote that time will no longer be there. And I can't even save it.
Why?
Yeah. That's because the IDLE, there's a what's it called, like a convention or the best practice, basically. There's a best practice to how you write your code. To be able to come up with all the zooms and everything like that, to be able to call them, they don't write them in Python shell. That is, they are not making use of these prompts. Okay, I think someone asked that why can we get back what we were writing, the commands that we've written. So that's one of the reasons why I said when you're writing, to be able to even develop most of these softwares that you're saying now, it's not, you don't use this approach. You don't just you don't write them using prompts. You don't write them in prompts, just like it. So the ideal way is there's a way you can write a reusable code. Let me share my screen again so that I can share everything. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So the ideal way to write your program is to write it somewhere, write it in a file, and save it for reuse. It's okay. You can write let's save your code, the commands the instructions you want to give to your computer. If it, they are very small, just like this print this is like the very basic command you can write. But if this is the only thing you want to do, well, maybe you can, or whenever you need to send that instruction to your computer, you can come to your prompt here and just put it there. But if you want to be able to write more complex code, sophisticated code, and it won't make sense to always to always come back. Imagine if you want to, let's say each time you want to use Zoom, the codes that made up Zoom is over a million lines of code. Like a billion, it will even be more than a line, like billions, if I'm not exaggerating. So now imagine each time you want to use Zoom, you always have to come here and write billion lines of code before you can use Zoom. It won't make sense. And the essence of programming is to make our life easier. So the way the way they started to even say they wanted to build Zoom, the way they started was they are not using these prompts. What they did was they create a file. We call them Python file. Python file. So you come to your file, you come to the file menu here, you click on new file. And when you click on new file, a page like this will show up, like a window like this. You can see this window that I'm trying to open now. Yeah, it will show up with untitled. That's the current name. And beside it, you see this Python icon. I don't know if I showed you. This is the logo. This is the Python logo. You can see this logo here. But let me show you properly. Yeah, this is the Python logo. Anywhere you see this logo, it means like it has to do with Python. So this Python logo. So, and also this is, if you look at the new window that popped up now, I click on, what I did was I went to file and I click on new file. Yeah. So when you click on new file, a window like this will pop up. You see everything blank, nothing. This is like the editor. This is where you write your code and anything. And this is the current name of that file, untitled. We haven't saved it. So this now, they create a file. The ideal way to write your Python program is to create a file and write every command there. The commands you want, like I think one of the commands we write was, I welcome you or to the first Python session. And another one was hello world. So let's use hello world. And we can pass any message, right? The same command that we wrote on that prompt. So let's just hello world. Yeah, hello world. And after you've written command, it could be, you can write many lines of code here now. But now, if you press enter now, the cursor will move to another line. And remember, using the prompt, if you have to write the command in this prompt, when you press enter, that line of code gets executed. But here now, you can accumulate as many commands and later on run them to run everything all together. So I've written, let's just write one command now. I've written print hello world, and that's the only code I want to write. And let's say I want to be able to use this code. I want to run it later on in the future or anything. After you've written it, then you click on file again. You save. You have to save. You have to save. After you save, that's when you can now run it. When I want to talk about run in programming, it means you want to execute your command. So when you hear people say run that code, they're just telling you execute the code. Execute, not to kill now. Execute as in I think those are the two English words I can think of now. Like execute them, like perform, yeah, more like perform or run, but the right word is run in the programming word. When you say run a code, that means you want to execute that code. So after you've written the command, you save it. You go to file, you save. And so I always tell people or tell my students, don't just, when you're using your computer, not just even in programming, don't scatter your files all around. Make sure you have everything well organized. So for this particular Python for Kids section, I will create a folder. Remember, the way I got here was I went to file. After I've written my command, I went to file and I click on save. Now I will see my file explorer will pop up. My file explorer, you see, like, this is what we call the file explorer. So you can go to any folder, anywhere you want to save, you want to put that file. And make sure it should be somewhere you can always remember that, okay, this is where I have my Python code. So for me, I want to go to in my document, I want to create a folder. I believe you all know how to create a folder now. It is not necessarily that you have to create a folder or anything. If you decide to, let's just say you want to put it in document, you can just click on document and you specify a name. Let's name this hello.py. Hello, let's just name it hello. Let's name it hello. So, but there's one very important thing. If you're saving your Python file, it must end with, there's what we call extension. A file extension. If you're using Android phone, when you want to install an application, the application always has all Android phones, they always have an extension. The application always have an extension called .apk. So that APK is actually like an identifier for a file. A file can be a document, can be an application, can be an application, can be what other thing, can be a video, can be a music file, can be a video file, can be a music file. But how do you know this one is music and this one is video? It's because of the extension. For video, the extension is always .mp4. I don't want to assume you already know all this. That's what I'm trying to explain. The extension is always .mp4. For music, it is always .mp3. For Microsoft Word files, it is always .docs. For Excel, if you've worked with Excel before, it is always .xlxs. So, but for Python also has an extension, and it is always very important that whatever file you are saving must end with that extension, which is whatever name you want to give to your file, then .py. .py is the standard Python extension. This is how your program understands that, okay, in this particular file, what you have there are Python codes. I'll specify the name. If I want to properly organize my code, I don't want to, okay, let me not create any, let me just save it here now. I'm saving it in my documents directly. So I've selected my documents, I'll specify the name. I'll specify the name as lo.py and I will save. So you see, the name has changed from, any question? Any question? Any question? Eva, do you have a question?
No, not really.
Okay. So, when I save it now, the name changed from untitled. Before now, we had untitled here. Now it has changed to the name of that file itself, which is lo.py. And to run it now, you go to run, the run menu, and you click on run module. Or you can simply just press F5 on your keyboard. Just press F5 on your keyboard, and you see, it took us back to the prompt. And you see the hello word. The command we had was, I'm coming. This is the command. We said print hello word. And you see, when we run it, it brought us to here. What was it called? The output shows in our prompt. You see, and you see something like this saying, restart C users, just specifying where I have the file. And it is saying when I execute this particular file, when I executed the commands that are in this file, this is the output. So you can see that. So now if I close let's say we close our IDLE now, we close everything and we open it again. By default, it will open to the Python shell. It will open to this prompt. But now you can now go to file and open. Open. Can someone remind me where I saved the file? Let me call someone. Remind me where I saved the file. Let me call. Who should I call? Josiah, can you tell me remind me where I saved the file? Hello? Okay, Eva, can you remind me where I saved the file?
You saved the file in Python?
Where I saved it on my system, where I saved that file.
Document.
Yeah,
Okay.
document. I saved it in document.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And what's the name of that file?
Hello py.
Hello
Python.
dot, the full stop there,
Okay.
you call it as dots. Yeah.
Okay, dot.
Yeah. So I save it as lo.py. But now see, the name, we have hello here, but the .py is not showing. But if you look at the icon that is used to represent the program, that is used to represent the file, you see it's a Python icon. I don't know if it's visible to you, but if you look at it well, if you save your file well and you check it on your system, the icon that will be used for that file will be the icon. You see the Python logo there. So that Python logo is showing because the file ends with .py. And now I wanted to open the file. So I've come to my document where I saved it and I click on it and I'll click on open. You see, a window will show up again. And now you can see the command that we had earlier. So this is like the ideal way to write your program. And like I said again, all programs start like this. Like the Instagram, the Facebook and all that you see that has been made into an application today. This is how they wrote them. I've also built many desktop applications, like many I have them on my system here that I built myself. And the way I build them is to open a file like this, write the code, and you do some other things later on. But basically, the main part of it, where the work lies is writing the logic, writing the command that at the end of the day is going to, make a meaningful software. So that's like the important, but every code starts like this. And this is how you should write your code, not on the Python shell. Create a file, write your code in it, and save it for future use. But let's say you now want to try out some things, try out let's say a line of code, you want to see how it works or something that you don't need to, if you think you don't need to save that command, it's not necessary to save that command. You just want to see how it works. Just practice it just want to make it a one-time practice. Just want to test it out, test how a command is going to behave. That is when I recommend you come to your prompt. You just write it out in prompt. Let's say, okay, now if I print, if you want to test out what if we write anything? We want to give message to print, but we don't put it in quotes. Remember, every message we've been given to print is always in these quotes. It's always in quotes. Let's say you want to try out that, okay, if I don't put a quote, what will happen? So you can come to your prompt to test it out and to see how it works like that. If I do this now, it's going to give me an error. Yeah. By the third week, you understand why there's an error. But then just make sure that if you are passing a message to print, it must be inside a quote. And you press enter. So you just use this to test out commands to see how things work. But if you need to write commands, for instance, if I give you an assignment now, I would not expect you to write it in your prompt. Because of course you are going to show me later on, right? So you need to save it in a file so that you can always reference it whenever you need to show me. Is that clear? Do you get when to use a file and when to come to prompt? Any question, any doubt? Please ask a question. If it's not clear, don't be shy. Feel free. Remember, I'm your brother. I'm not your I'm not like your teacher like that. So feel free and ask any question. Is it clear? Eva, is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
All right. Thomas, Nana, Josiah,
Yes,
Coca, Chanel. Is it clear?
Yeah.
yes.
Right. Please ask a question. Ask a question whenever you're stuck. So let me go back to my. All right, yeah. So you know how to run it now. Again, you use after you've written your file, you've created your file and you've saved it. You either come to run and click on this run module, or you press F5 key on your keyboard. I mean, did anyone practice this? Okay, don't worry. I mean, I will give us time to. Okay, we have like 15 minutes to go. So yeah, we can. All right. So let me do another thing. So I have some more examples on print here. Let me quickly show this before I give you the exercise. I mean, the exercise is very simple. So if I should do this, if I should add more command to my scripts, let's pick from our example now. Sorry, my dog is barking. So just bear with me. I want us to know something. Let me not do this now. Let me just show us this. We'll do that later on. I don't want to confuse you. So I want to do, my name is Python. I'm including another command. You can have as many, print statements in a distance you can. So let me do another one. What's your name? What was your name? Yeah. What's going to, if I run this, can someone tell me what the output will look like? Mind you, I've modified this code now, so I also need to save it. And if I want to save it again, since I already saved it in the first time, I won't have to, I'm not going to have to, name it again. So you can just come to File and click on Save, and that means it has been updated. Once you click on Save, it will be updated. So just like your Microsoft Word. So now, if I should run this, how do you think the output will look like? Anybody? Anybody? If we should run this, how do you think the output will look like? Remember how the output looked like when we had just one command. So now that I have 3 commands, what's the output going to look like? Unmute yourself and talk. Unmute yourself and talk. I'm coming. Yeah, so what's the output going to look like?
I think it's gonna look like once you do like the output, it's gonna be like 3. So like you see the print and then the green line, hello world, and then my name is Python, what's your name? Yeah, and the output is gonna say that, but like it's 3 times.
Awesome, you're right. So so what am I going to press to run this?
Run
Okay, I'll go to run.
F5. Run module.
I can click on run module. Yeah, or just press F5. Yeah, you see the output now.
Yeah.
You're right, actually. So you see, I have 3 commands here. Like I have the print statement written 3 times, and we pass different messages to it. And you see you have the same output here. You see like 3 different lines. You can see hello world, my name is Python, what's your name?
Yep.
Yeah, so each line gets executed. That is how the Python interpreter works. It works from the beginning downward. From top to bottom, that's how the interpreter interprets your code. Whatever you wrote whatever you have in the first line here gets executed first. That is why you have hello world appearing. That you have the output just in the same order as your command. Python starts interpreting it from the beginning. That it interpret this first, interpret this, then go on to interpret this. That's why you see the first output is hello world. My name is Python. What's your name? If you add more commands to it, they'll just get added to the output. That's just how it works. Now, as your exercise, yeah. So you create a new Python file. Create a new Python file and write a command that prints your name, your favorite animal, and your name and age. Or do you have any question before this exercise? Any question? That's the end of the class.
I have a question.
Okay, all right.
So if you're gonna make a code, do you go to IDLE shell 3.1, 1.9, or do you just go to the Python file?
If you want to write your code, Python ideally is a code editor. So if you want to write your code, you must go there.
Okay.
Yeah. There are other IDLEs. There are other code editors. I just chose there are different editors.
Okay.
A lot of editors. By the 4th week, I'll introduce another one to you, which is even more better than, like, you will enjoy working on that one than this.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but just try to know how to. They all work the same way, but the code editor we are using now is just IDLE. So if you need to write your code, you come to you open IDLE, then do whatever this thing you want to do.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that's how you write your code. If you want to write your code, anything with this IDLE, I can build a desktop application from here. I can write a code that's going to, at the end of the day, become a desktop application. So
Okay.
that's just like the super. Right now, if you know your Python very well, the only thing you need to write your code now is just a code editor, and then you write your code inside, and that's how people make their money. When they say they are programmers, that's mostly what they do. You just write their code like this, they save it, do some other little things on it, and boom, it becomes something for the whole world to use. So I hope I've answered your question. So we have just 7 minutes left. I don't want us to waste time. So please, let's quickly do this. Create a new Python file. Name it first class. First class. You should name it first class and write these instructions there. I mean, write commands that will print your name. Will also print your favorite animal and also print your name and age. So I give you 5 minutes to do that. 5 minutes to do that. Five minutes to do that. I will ask you to share your screen so that I can see your results. Create a new Python file. Write programs that does the following. Print your name. You can say, my name is Gideon. You put your own name. Then for your favorite animal, you can say, my favorite animal is, for me, it's a dog. My favorite animals are dog, or is a dog rather. Whatever way you want to write it. But just make sure you're passing the you're saying that you're mentioning what your favorite animal is, and then your name, and you may not want to put your age. Sorry. Or you just put any random age. It doesn't necessarily have to be your age. You just put my name is something and I am like 90 years old. I am 2 years old, anything. I give you 5 minutes. You have 3 minutes more. 3 minutes more. 3 minutes more.
What does the name have to be again?
Name it anything, but okay, so that we can all have the same file name. First code. First code. Like first code. I don't know. Don't mind my accent. First code. Like first code. First code. First code. 2 minutes more. Two minutes more. One more minute. One more minute. 1 more minute, 30 seconds. There's one song we used to sing here. Okay, I think it's a general song. Do your best and leave the rest. Boys and girls of Python class, do your best and leave the rest. So like 10 seconds to go. Time is up. So who wants to share their results first? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? So while you're preparing for that, so that'll be the end for we are done for the learning for today for this session. So next class we'll be talking about how you can do calculations in Python. And trust me, you'll find that very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. How you can do some basic calculations. How you can basically do calculations in Python and something we call variables. So, but by 4th week, I promise you, we'll be building a game. So, and before then, you would have mastered the necessary things that you need to know. So, thank you. Who wants to go first? Who wants to share their results? Who wants to go first? Or do you have anybody encounter? Did anybody encounter any issue?
Excuse me.
Okay, Janelle.
No, I don't have any issue, but like I already downloaded the Python, but I have a problem with my Chromebook. That's the thing.
You have a problem with your
My Chromebook.
Chromebook? Oh,
So I
what's
can't
the
really do it. No, I was trying to do it, but the Chromebook just turned on. Like it turned off, so I need to charge it first.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the recording will be made available in case you want to watch this session again. We'll try to. You've all been added to Google Classroom. To Google Classroom, rather. Do you know how to navigate the platform?
Is that about me?
I said, do you know how to navigate Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think your emails have been added. Maybe you guys should check your email and accept the invite.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I'll try and post the slide. I'll put the slide there, and also the recording for this class will be posted there. So in case you need to rewatch.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So who wants to show their results? It doesn't have to be perfect, please. Remember my watchword. I just want to see that you've
Me,
attempted it. And who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
Who is that?
Nana.
Nana, okay. Let me start sharing. And I don't know if, can you try to see if you can share? Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah, it's this one.
Okay. Your name, your favorite animal is hawk? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nana Essien. Okay, I'll rate you 6/10.
All right.
You know why?
Thank you. Why?
The instruction says create a new file.
Oh,
Yeah, the command is meant to be, your code is meant to be in a file that you save and you run. So that's why I'm giving you 6/10. Next time you pay attention to the question.
right here.
Oh yeah, you already saved it. Then open it, let me
Yeah.
see.
All right.
Open it from your IDLE and that's not how you open it. When you double click like that, you're actually running it.
Oh,
But
like
if you
this?
want to open your file, you open it from the IDLE. You go to IDLE, then you open.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I go here, press open.
Yeah, open.
All right.
Yeah, then you go to file, open. Yeah, you go to where you save the file. You click on it, you open. Okay, you saved your prompts, not even the command now. So thing is, I don't know, maybe probably maybe you were not watching when I was demonstrating. To create a new file, it doesn't, I mean, you're not even writing anything in the prompt now. You don't write anything in the prompt. You go to file first, then you click on create file. I mean, new file rather. You click on new file, and it is in that new file. Yeah, exactly. You see something like this. That is where
Um,
you write your commands. And you see
all right.
currently the name is untitled. So
Yeah.
after you've written your command, you can save it with first class like you did the other one, and you can run it and you have similar thing. So you just need to
All
like
right.
replicate the code, the command that you've written, they just replicate it inside and
All right. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So please, I think our next class is going to be that will be next week Tuesday. So before the next class, practice this a lot. If you feel stuck or anything, like I said, the videos will be uploaded, rewatch them. Rewatch them, go to the Google Classroom, watch the video, practice along, do a lot with print statement, print a lot of things. Try out your different curiosities, whatever you're curious about, try it out. It's not going to spoil your system. Trust me. So I give you the permission to try out anything. Everything we've done today, try it out on your system. It's not going to spoil anything. So feel free to play around with it. Eva, do you want to share your screen?
I wasn't able to do it.
You were not able to do it?
Yeah,
What's the issue?
I don't really get it.
What's confusing from everything? Don't worry, don't worry. I promise you, I promise you before the end of this program, you'll get it. I promise, I'm making that promise myself. Don't worry, it's normal. But I promise you, I will make sure you understand before the end of this program. You understand everything that will be taught. I promise you that. So,
Okay,
but what exactly is like confusing there?
it's everything.
Everything. Okay. Um, Anybody else confused? Anybody? Please feel free. Don't be shy.
Can I share my screen?
Okay, Thomas, share your screen. So, but Eva, you can. I don't know when else you can be free. I'll be willing to like probably take you again or something. Or I'll talk with Pastor Wilfred. But anything we can do. But trust me, before the next class, you understand everything that has been done here. I promise you that. You understand everything. So, and
Okay,
please, everybody, don't feel sad. Don't do anything. I mean, just tell me if anything is clear, let me know. If it's not clear, let me know. My own is to explain to you and make sure you understand it. So, Thomas, you can share your screen. Uh, we've come to the end of the class. So if anybody wants to like drop, you can. I mean, if you don't want to like probably see what others are doing, but then the class has officially ended. So I just want to like see what you've done. Thomas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, please share your screen. Do you know how to do that? Okay, I can see your screen now. Awesome. 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 Let me clap for you. Well done. Lemur. What
Mm,
animal is lemur?
it's it's in the forest. It's black and white, or mainly black and white. Um,
Oh, really?
eh,
I will research about that. Well done. My favorite animal is dog. I like dog a lot.
ah, yeah.
I like that. All
Mhm.
right, well done. Well done. Anybody else?
Can I go next?
Yeah, please, you can. Coca. Yeah. Awesome. 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 Well done. So
Thank you.
play around with them, do anything. Anybody else? Samsung, this person on Samsung. Oh, she dropped already. Um, okay, all right. So I thank you all. I mean, thanks for um like paying attention and following through. So Eva, don't worry. I will talk with Pastor Wilfred. I'll find a way to, but I'm making a promise to everybody. You all will understand. I won't force you, I won't do anything, but I'll make sure you understand. Yeah, I'll make sure you understand. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day and a beautiful afternoon.
You as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
you're
thank
You
you.
welcome.
too. Thank you.
You're welcome.